right there. I'm gonna grab you right there.
He's our runner. You're gonna do what to me? Do me a line now? What?
Dude, where are we? Where are we? Tell me.
We're at drag night.
Okay, and the
Now,
date?
Well, and this is at the office. Okay.
Okay.
And the rat racers, this is their cruise night. Fellow racer had asked, hey, would you ever think about doing a drag night again? I'm like, yeah. We got parking out here.
Yeah, it's a big parking lot.
Well, he says, go talk to Tim inside. He says, he'll probably say yeah.
Okay.
And I did. And Tim said, I don't care. Tim's not here. He's on his little summer home. And Pat and I are friends. And Pat says, I think it's a great idea. And I says, well, I'm not on Facebook. I can't really do anything. They took care of it.
So for a short plan, wing and a prayer, you got a great turnout here, dude.
Yeah, and especially if there's more people coming.
Okay.
I know that for a fact. They were worried about open trailers, the rain, this and that. It's all south of I-80. Don't worry about it. So theirs will be up here tonight.
Okay. Folks, this is Scott McCauley.
Yeah,
big
that's
promoter
me.
around here. Always getting the results. So we're going to take a look around. He invited us here tonight. We're at AC Variety. Clem behind the camera, owner of AC Variety, and Jim right here. Let's do
Clem in front of the camera now here, if I could. Yeah, there's all three of us. We're in Crestwood, Illinois. Our first time recording here.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the first time last year, so I'm excited, Scott.
Oh, well,
It's gonna be an awesome
I'm
time.
definitely glad you came out,
This
man.
is a night I might forget. It is 4th of July weekend.
Depends how many beers I buy you.
Yeah, well.
I like it.
Okay.
Stay tuned. You're hanging with Clem, Scott, and Jimmy at Cruise Night in Crestwood at the office.
Okay, we're walking through again. This is drag night right here at the office 2022. Ran across an awesome Henry J. Cleanest, straightest one-piece tilt I've ever seen. Small block Chevy, looks like to me. We're going to find out more about it. And your name?
My name is Bob.
Bob, run it down. How long have you had this?
I've had this car for about a year.
Really?
Yes.
Can you take me to the drivetrain real fast?
Through
The drivetrain.
it's got a 9-inch Ford rear end, and
Okay.
it's got a
Oh,
400
heavy duty.
turbo, and it's got a 350 Chevrolet motor in it.
Okay. Just blown away. The frame is stock, or have you had some?
No, it's a
softening?
stock frame. It's been just painted with some good black paint.
It's gorgeous.
It's got ladder bars underneath it and a drive shaft tube, and that's about all it's been to the chassis.
It has such an old school gasser look, especially from the wheels on it that you chose, and just the body itself.
The car was built there as close as to a 1960 gasser as we could possibly do.
And you sure did. I got it. Real fast. My compliments to your choice of slicks and the old school look with the sidewalls on them and stuff.
Pie crust tires.
Okay. Can we walk to the back? I just
Sure.
haven't seen the back yet. That's where you got them, you said?
They're pie crust tires.
Okay.
It's I don't know. It's just your typical 51 Chevy or Henry J gasser.
Okay. We were talking off camera for a while too, or briefly. Through the Sears catalog, they had an Allstate version of this thing back in the day.
And the only difference in the Allstate and the Henry J was the grill was different, and the had Henry J emblems on it instead of Allstate.
Okay.
That was the only difference in them.
Okay. Last thing, I know you've had it a short time. It looks like it wants to scream down a quarter mile. Have you ever done any test and tunes or anything?
Not with this car.
Okay.
I used to have a race car, but this car's only been done since about December, and this is only the second time it's been out of the garage.
Wow. Dude, this is just so nice. And last thing is we talked off camera a little bit about US 30. Right now our camera guy's right on that decal on the back window. What did you used to run back in the day at US 30?
I was with a friend that had an A altered, and
Okay.
he won the U.S. Nationals in 1967.
Wow.
And we used to go to the drag strip every weekend with my brother for years.
Wow. And I don't know about you, but I do. But do you sort of miss those days of having a drag strip close by to the Chicago area that you don't have to drive to?
I don't miss drag racing and I don't miss hot rods.
You don't really? Okay.
No, I really don't.
Was it the bottomless pit with the money, or was it?
No, it just I've had a hot rod since 1967, and
Okay.
it's I don't know.
So you're totally enjoying this, though, right?
No.
Okay. His honesty it just propels right out. That's right. No, really, I gotta relate something. I'm gonna use myself as an example. You show up at US 30 on a Sunday morning, you're gun ho. By the time you pack up the car and everything else and you go home at the end of the day, it's like you're tired, you're this and the other. You don't even want to look at a race car, but a week later you're ready to rock again.
You never got tired when you were young at this
Yeah,
stuff.
I know.
The adrenaline was a different thing. It's just as you get older, you just lose interest, and
Okay. Well, still, to own this and to bring it out and then let people appreciate it and see it, I got my hats off to you, man.
Hey, I'm glad that you're enjoying it.
Okay. And I'm glad you took the time to speak with us, too.
Thank you.
All right. Listen, God bless. Enjoy every time you bring this car out.
Thank you.
All right. Stay with us. We got more coming right here at the office.
Why is that? Did I walk around?
Fucking bugs are getting me anyway.
Sometimes it's because of the trees, too. Are you rolling? Folks, we're with a legend here. Now, I'm going to just tell you something. Talk about legends, a lot of people say, oh, the California kid, this, that, and the other. No, there's a bigger legend in the United States that'll never be duplicated. That's the Shake, Rattle, and Run crew. This man, Dicky Messina, he's the man. These cars are legends all the way back to the amphitheater days.
Oh yeah, back till 1958.
Wow.
The amphitheater was 61 and 62.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I remember there was another name on there. Your last name, and there was another name on the car.
Yeah. It used to be. It used to say on the door at the amphitheater, Casper, Messino, and Coglanese.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Because believe it or not, I go to old memorabilia swap meets.
Yeah.
I'll be damned, every time there's always somebody there with several 8x10 pictures of you at the amphitheater running that car down the amphitheater. I don't even know if you're aware they're selling these pictures and who the hell took it in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know where them pictures came from. We didn't even have cameras back then. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know they're black and whites and stuff. But listen, we're looking at the old girl right now, the original.
That's it.
But you got a lot of nice new hardware, and you got something here.
Well, we made this one look like this one did back in the 60s. This car looked like that one back in the 60s.
That was a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's got a straight axle on it, and
okay.
yeah, and it's got, it's more of a gasser looking car.
Okay. Didn't peek underneath the hood, but is that a big block in there?
Yeah, it's got a 540 in it.
Wow.
Yeah, it runs in the 9s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's is it all steel for the most part? Or you got some glass on the front end?
It's got fiberglass doors and front end.
Okay.
And deck lid.
Okay.
But it's pretty heavy. It's over 3,000 pounds.
Okay. No, that's an interesting curb weight.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting ET too. You
Yeah.
know. Do you still make exhibition with the original?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now does that keep your crew busy during the year, or you just by invitation?
Well, we got like 4 races to go to in August. We're racing.
My God, that's a tight schedule.
Yeah, we're racing in Kentucky at the Tri Chevy thing. We're racing all 3. This one, and the Pro Mod. We got an orange Pro Mod.
Right, the Pro Mod I saw it for the first time at World of Wheels a few years back. That's a beautiful ride.
We're racing all 3 of them at Bowling Green at the Tri Chevy things in first week in August. Then we're racing at the World Series in Cordova, and then we're racing at Union Grove on Labor Day. So we got a lot of racing to do.
My hats off to you, man. Getting it out there.
Yeah.
I had forgot what the Pro Mod. What kind of ETs you're turning with that now?
We ran the 8th mile. We ran in the 416, 417 in the 8th.
Wow. And if I can ask, if it's okay, you got you're campaigning three shake cars.
Yeah.
How about the drive? Who's driving? Who's driving?
Kevin Lawrence drives this car.
Okay.
And Adam Drazich drives the orange car.
Okay.
He's Kai Kelly's tuner.
Okay.
Adam, that's Adam's son-in-law.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah. And Nick Cervino drove this car last year at Tri Chevy.
Okay.
So we might get him to drive it again. At the Tri Chevy.
God, it is so great to see these cars out here, to see you out here with your family.
Yeah.
And no, I wasn't kidding around. This is a United States legend. And,
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time.
You know, and I don't care what part of the country you go to. You mention the shake car, especially the old girl, the original.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a story about it.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's from some drag strip in the Midwest or even US 30 drag strip, it was whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm going to take the time.
around a long
I'm going to
time.
grab a hand, sir. It's
Okay.
an honor. It's an honor
good
to
talking
see
to
you.
you again.
Absolutely, Mr.
Okay.
Messina.
All right.
Stay with us. We got more coming, but I don't know how we can beat this story, but stay with us. We got more coming.
Okay. Take it easy.
You
bud.
bet.
I'm this close to retiring.
Okay, again, we're walking through here. Some awesome metal here. We're going to step forward. There's a car behind you there, boss.
Can't get run over.
Yeah. Anyhow, while we're doing this CUDA just blew me away. We're going to find out more about it. And your name, sir?
Larry Januski.
Larry.
They call me Launching Larry.
Gee, I'm going to ask how you got that, but it's probably reading the tree in a gate job, right?
Well, yeah, that and the wheels up action.
Okay, so the front end is off the ground?
Yep.
Okay.
For at least 600 feet.
Wow, man. How long have you had this CUDA?
This one I finished building it about 4 years ago. So I've had it maybe about 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
So I had a previous one just like this and we wrecked it. So we went over the, thank you.
Sweet, man.
We went over the wall.
Another testimonial there.
We went over the wall at,
Where was this?
it was at Central Illinois Dragway.
Okay.
And at the 8th mile, we went up and over the wall. We hit the wall and went over the wall, hit a pole, spun it around backwards, and then went backwards for another 600 feet down the guardrail.
How did you calm it down? I mean,
What happened was, it was the first time I ever sprayed the car,
yeah.
and we sprayed a fogger kit to it,
Okay.
like 150 shot, and the thing went straight up in the air when we hit it, and it moved over, and then the next thing I know, it hit the wall and just drove right up the wall, and it was airborne. And so, I mean, I broke my finger. That's about all that happened with it, but thanks to all the safety stuff,
I was just going to say the cage, everything, the integrity of the car
Yep.
held up for you?
held up. So this is the new and improved version.
Okay. Hey, can you just take me through the drivetrain and even the chassis?
Yeah, it's back halves from the torsion bars back. It still retains the stock torsion bars.
Okay.
K-member, and it's all tied. The cage is all tied in, and it's all aluminum floor from the torsion bars back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small block, 360 stroked to a 410, and I run a 904 trans in it, and a Dana 60 with like a 513 gear. And I'm running like a 33 tall by 16 5 wide tire.
Yeah, I was looking at the gums on the back, and what brand of tire slicks are those on the back?
Phoenixes.
Okay.
It's
you
a
don't see 'em
Firestone
that
tire.
often.
No, and any of the nostalgia superstock cars.
Yeah.
All those Hemi superstock cars all run Phoenixes.
Okay, interesting to
If
know.
you look at those
Yeah,
cars, almost all
okay.
run.
I don't get out to the exhibition runs that much, but that caught my eye right away. Also, that narrow Dana with all that tire, man. It
Yep.
just it looks so badass from the back, man.
Yeah, run a 4-link in it.
Yeah. Anyhow, last question before I let you go, because I know other folks want to talk to you here, but when you make appearances with this car, is it exhibition or?
Yeah, it's usually exhibition.
Okay, are you
and then,
with a group of guys like
No,
you,
it's
or
just
gals?
myself, and then like I go out with a buddy that has a 56 Chevy that does wheelies, and we
Okay.
just go out and do side-by-side wheelies and bring it back to like old school.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
out and do a dry hop, like a 300-foot dry hop, back
Yeah.
and back up, a little dry hop again, and then stage, and so.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Yeah, like the US 30 days where, when exhibition was cool. That's why we did the whole scheme on the car with the
Yeah, my
fish
hats
and
off
everything.
to
It's like
the
the
theme.
whole,
It's all tied together
Yeah.
really well, man.
it's like, a tribute back to the old days where you used to do exhibition and, Used to do the match races and all
Yeah.
that, you know.
I'm remiss if I didn't say this, and I hope it doesn't bring a thing, but I noticed on the side window it had in memory of.
Yeah, my father.
Okay.
No, him and I built the first car
Okay.
together, and
Okay.
he raced that car, and then I bought the car from him, and he was racing a Fiat, and then he passed away, and so we used to race together all the time.
Okay. And your father's name was?
Larry, Larry Januski.
Larry Jr.
Yep, senior.
Okay.
I'm junior.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to, because it's important. It meant something, and it's
Oh,
family,
yeah.
and it's racing. And
Yep,
so,
yep.
You know. Anyhow, listen. I'm gonna grab a hand. Thank you
Okay.
so much
Hey,
for stepping
no
up
problem.
and taking the time
No
to speak
problem.
with us. You ever see this car out, folks? Exhibition, whatever. Check it out. It is a killer. Okay, you wonder, hey, it's warm, it's hot, it's summertime, you get parched, you get hungry, you get thirsty. What the hell do you do? Well, you see these girls right here, and we're going to find out who they are, and you are? Alyssa Ann Kelsey. Okay, is this like your main duty during the summer on the Friday nights, or what?
Yes.
And who do we work for here?
At the office, Tim
Okay.
Newsom.
Okay, same deal, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you suddenly got into the car culture. Were you in it ahead of time, or you learned by baptism of fire here, or what?
Definitely by being here, I've learned a lot. Still learning,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah,
Do you enjoy it?
I love it.
Okay.
I absolutely love it.
So you guys don't mind doing the Friday night duty outside?
guys are really great too. Love the energy. They're all really cool.
Okay.
Love to be
Okay.
here.
Okay. So when are we going to start doing the live music or anything? I'm just saying it as a joke, but you never know, right?
Yeah. Well, we got Elvis tonight, so
Okay.
they
Okay.
make a cameo.
You never know. Anyhow, thank you so much for stepping up. And by the way, this big ass heavy cooler, who takes it in and out?
Not us.
I was waiting for that. Okay, listen, you guys been great sports. Thanks so much for stepping up.
Thank you.
Okay, check it out next time you're here at the office on cruise night on Friday nights. Okay, there's some awesome cars that you usually don't see, and it's because it's a drag night right here at the office here on the Friday night cruise. But again, we ran into another ride that's unbelievable. This Buick, I don't know where to start. Found the owner, and your name is?
I'm Scott.
Scott. How long have you had this beast?
I've had this car since about 1988, 89.
Seriously?
I didn't
Wow.
even have a driver's license yet.
I love these stories like that.
It was supposed to have been a 70 Chevelle that me and my dad were going to buy, and
Okay.
he found this and said, Grand Sports are cool. I said,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's not a Chevelle, but I said, I'll get it and let's go with it.
Well, back in the day, a lot of times you couldn't get what you got out of a big block Chevy. You couldn't get out of a Buick motor.
Yeah, so we just started chipping away at it, went to
Yeah.
the racetrack one time, and that was it.
You
And
were
here
hooked.
it is. And here it is.
I'm looking at IMCA racing. Man, you're hitting the circuit big time here.
Yeah, I do NMCA. I do some 550 index. Pretty much just kind of hop around and go see what I could do.
Can you take me through the drivetrain as it is right now?
Oh,
today?
it's a Proline 622, 18-degree head, big block Chevy.
Wow.
It's got a Rossler close ratio 3-speed transmission. Dana rear end. The car's heavy. It weighs about 3,300 pounds.
Wow,
with me in it.
Okay.
It's a nitrous car. It's got 2 stages of nitrous. Don't know what else really to say, but
No, I real fast. Obviously, the hood is glass and lightened up.
Yeah.
Is there any other glass on the car?
it's all steel except for the bumpers, hood, and deck lid.
Wow.
Steel roof, quarters, and doors.
Okay, and I gotta ask, is that the original vinyl top?
It is the original vinyl top.
I love the nostalgia on it. It's gorgeous.
It is, and it is a real GS California. It's one of actually 500 for 1969 because it's a
Okay.
factory air conditioning car.
Okay, from interviews through the years, I've learned that it was some very limited production on the Buick Performance packages.
Yes, it is a real GS California. It was just something to beat the insurance back then. That's why it's a
Yeah.
post car.
Yeah.
It's originally a 350 car. When I bought it, it had a 455 in it.
Okay.
And then I switched over to Chevys after a while, after trying with the Buicks.
Okay, now the last thing too, NMCA, and I made a mistake. Beamer's said IMCA a few minutes ago, but NMCA. how many events do you try to make a year? Or is
This year was pretty limited. I changed combinations a little bit, so usually I'll try and do 2, 3, 4. It just depends. It depends on my schedule and their schedule.
Sure, then that's understandable.
Lately, I've been doing a lot of stuff at Cordova.
Really?
That's
Okay.
they have the 550 index, so it's easier on parts because I don't have to run nitrous on it. I just run it on motor.
Yeah.
And just take it easy, and it runs 560s on just motor. So
Okay. And the last thing, as we were walking up off camera, you saw me looking in the window. He says, "Oh, you can open the door if you want." And I didn't realize Scott was actually here. But we're gonna step down here and Clem, owner of AC Variety, we're gonna just shoot some video on the inside.
Sure.
Give folks at home an idea what a full race package looks like on the inside, what the cage looks like. Do you want to come on this side, Clem, and then and kind of what he's aiming at? You want to mention anything?
You're looking at the steering wheel. There's the line lock control, all the gauges. It's air shifted.
Okay.
The CO2 bottles behind, mounted on the back.
Okay.
The red bottles, the fire system. There's 2 nitrous bottles that go in those holders over there.
Yeah,
I don't have the bottles in there now.
Sure.
So you see the fire system lines, all the wires there for the nitrous and the timers, and how you launch the car.
Wow. A lot of the safety equipment is required by NMC.
And HRA,
Okay,
you gotta have the window net. I mean, I got the full suit. You gotta have, everything.
Okay.
Underneath the car, there's all the restraints for the transmission, the engine.
Drive shaft.
Dry shaft, self-contained. There's a tube for the dry shaft.
Well,
doesn't make it fun to work on, I can tell you.
No,
But
things have
if
come
it-
a long way from the early
But if it
days.
saves you, I'm all for
No,
it.
I hear you. Listen, Scott, at this point, thank you so much for you saw us snooping around the car and you went.
Not a problem.
Invited us over.
Not a problem.
Grab a hand. Thank
Not
you
a
so
problem.
much. It
Not
was
a
an
problem.
exciting interview.
Thank you.
Okay, good luck every time you run this car
Thank you.
too. Hey, sorry.
Nice puppy dog.
Forget the Mustang.
No, he's more popular than
Yeah.
the car here.
Did I talk to you before? I'd seen the car before, but I've always wanted to talk to you. And
On the building
Yes.
there, that's where you seen it.
Yeah, and I usually show up with, it's in the shop right now, but I have a Thunderbird, and I'm usually right past this tree here. But no, I do the media stuff, and I'd like the opportunity to talk to you if that's okay. Okay. Are you running already? Yeah, this is too good. Okay, kind of ran into an old friend here, but I've seen him around. And, you see the car around, you never know who owns that car. I'd sure like to talk to him one day. The day has come finally. So, your name?
I'm Vince.
Vince, okay, and you got the team here.
That's a friend of mine, Joe.
Joey, how you doing?
How you doing? And that's my oldest daughter, Nikki.
Nikki,
Hi.
right? Is that short for Nicole?
It is.
Okay, sounds Italian to me.
It is.
It is. Same here. Right. Good Italian, Nikki.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I don't know where to start other than this is one of the coolest Novas I've ever seen. First of all, 65, 66?
Correct, 65.
Okay. But wait a minute here. We got
Yep.
a Camaro. We're going to do a whole shot here any second here.
Yeah.
See if we can get him to park and then we can continue this interview. Yeah, he's running a little heavy there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. First of all, how long have you had the car?
19 years.
Wow, hats off to you on that one. And I see you got the Life on the Streets.
Oh, yeah. That was one of the first car clubs that me and a couple friends created in the early
no kidding.
80s.
You're
yeah.
one of the originators
Yes,
on that?
yes.
Oh, man, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I know
Okay.
you probably spoke to Jurgens.
Sure. Sure
He
is.
is his brother and I and a couple other friends, when his brother was alive, unfortunately passed.
all right.
We created that car club. A friend of mine came up with that name.
I think it's the coolest name ever.
Because we always were on the street and everyone was coming up with car names, and he came up and goes, why don't we just call ourselves Life on the Streets? Because that's what we do. We're on the street all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. We all went with it. So, and Jurgens decided to bring it back. So, and they asked me if it was good, and I said, yeah, permission granted, go for it.
All right.
So,
Well, while I got you here, can we walk to the front of the car?
Sure.
I just want to look underneath the
Sure.
hood at that small block a little bit.
sure.
Okay.
It is
350 or
No, this is the original 327 that was
No
with this
shit.
car. Yes.
Wow.
This
Okay.
this car, I do have full documentation on this vehicle. It is an original. I'm sure you've heard of the L79, 66, 67 Novas.
Yeah.
This is an original L74. Factory 327, factory 4-speed, and factory 12-bolt. There are only 319 of them made in 65.
Yeah.
And this one also is one that has the a rare color. Obviously, this isn't the stock color. The stock color of this is glacier gray metallic.
Okay.
And it's what was on this car, and I plan on putting it on there when I retire.
Okay.
So I plan on painting
it. It looks so good, this color blue.
This is actually a Chrysler color.
Really, it almost bit for. Remember the old Marina blue from GM?
Yes.
That's what almost was there.
Yes. No, this is actually 1999 Intense Blue Pearl is what it is.
Wow, it's gorgeous on the car.
Thank you.
The lines on the car are gorgeous.
Thank you.
Your attention to detail underneath the hood, from the chroming of the shock purchase and everything else.
Yeah.
And I got to ask you, because this is an interesting engine because of its originality and its performance back in the day. The bottom half of the engine, is it 2-bolt mains, 4-bolt mains?
It's a 2-bolt main.
Okay.
But the only nice thing about the first generation 327s were they were a small journal, 3 1/4 stroke with all steel cranks from the factory.
Okay.
So that's one of the reasons I decided to go and stay with the original instead of pulling it out and preserving it in the garage. I figured, you know what, I'm going to build this one.
No,
it's going to last and it's going to perform what I need.
Yeah, I was going to say this. The hell kind of guts. The other thing is the heads on this engine. Did you do anything to them?
Yeah, these ain't the stock heads are at home.
Okay.
On the shelf. I did not want to use them up. These are basically, I used to run bigger heads. I don't know if you've seen the car in the past. I used to have a 4-inch cowl with a tunnel ram on it. And I used to run big 600 lift cams in it.
Okay.
The bottom end of it is still pretty strong. It's a 12-to-1 bottom end on this.
Okay.
And the cylinder heads I went to were Summit Racing. They're a stock flowing head, but they're a 72cc chambered head, so it brought my compression down to like 10.9, so I can run pump gas instead of running race fuel constantly.
Okay. Now those, this is gonna be a stupid question, I hope not, but are those painted aluminum heads, or they're cast?
Yeah,
they are cast.
I do not like to run aluminum heads on the street for the overheating.
I knew you were going to say that.
The overheating.
I had heard head gasket warpage and all that kind of shit.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I've had to work on somebody's car. When we went to pull the head off, I couldn't get it out off the stud because it worked. The studs,
Wow.
they had head studs in there. We couldn't get it out. We had to use literally a pry bar to get under it with a 2x4 to get it up.
Okay.
No,
I know a lot of times, not to interrupt you real fast,
go ahead.
but a lot of times this era of small block, everybody talks about, oh yeah, you got to get the fuelie heads that were on the vet or something like that.
Yeah. Well, see, what they did in 65 was, this is actually a 64 327 they took out of the Corvette.
Okay.
They were going after Mustang in 65 with this car. So what they did was, they didn't want to make this 327 outrun the Corvette. Instead of leaving the 202 fuelies, they went with a 194 fuelie head,
Okay, I got you.
which was smaller and it took the horsepower.
From a marketing standpoint, Chevrolet would have shot themselves on the foot by doing that.
Yes,
right?
yes, because the Corvettes were 350 horse, and if they would have did that to this thing would have outran the Corvette because of its weight.
And one last thing before I walk away, but I noticed in looking inside the car, the shifter reminded me, speaking of Corvettes, reminded me of the old Corvette reverse lockout on the linkage.
This is actually the original Muncie 4-speed shifter.
No kidding.
Yes. A quick story.
Yeah, go for it.
My cousin lives in California.
Okay.
I bought this car out in Sheldon, Illinois, which is 7 miles east of Watseka.
Okay.
My wife sent my cousin pictures of the car, and he saw the car, and she says, "Hey, is my cousin there?" And my wife said, "No, he'll be home from work in a few." So I called him back when I got home, and he had told me, he goes, "Vin," he goes, "where the hell did you get that car from?" I said, "I bought it from some guy in Watseka, Sheldon." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "That looks like my buddy's dad's car that he got from a dentist." I said, "Well," I said, "shocking enough," I said, "I did find a speeding ticket in the back seat underneath the seat when I yanked the seat out, and it was a dentist." He goes, "Yeah, let me talk to him, and we'll find out." So sure, he found out. He talked to him, got me on the phone. He had all the parts for this car. That's why I got the original motor. I got the original heads. One of the heads has a crack in it from them drag racing the car.
Yeah.
But I also got the original console, the shifter, the factory gauge cluster, and that's why I figured, you know what, I'm going to run the whole interior of this car completely factory. I used to have gauges. I used to run a Hearst.
Yeah, the Stuart Warner aftermarket stuff.
Yeah, I always ran that. Now it's just all back to factory look.
Wow.
You know, I actually got rid of the aluminum wheels, the cowl hood. I actually painted this hood in my garage myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun little car, and I don't plan on getting rid of it anytime soon.
This is a family. Who knows? Maybe even Nicole down the road. You know.
No, my wife won't let it happen.
Okay, forget about that, honey. If he's reading at home, seeing it, though, it ain't gonna happen.
No, she knows. She said, no way, Nikki's getting it. She goes, this car. She goes, if I have to, I'll bury you in it. I'm like, whatever.
Okay, honey, whatever you
Well,
want.
she's actually usually it's my wife that's with me.
Sure.
But tonight my youngest is working, so my oldest, I told her, I says, hey, let's go do daddy-daughter night.
Yeah, why
Because
not?
she used to ride passenger since she
bet.
was 8 years old, since I got the
bet
car.
there's a lot of memories.
Oh, hell yeah, a lot of cruise nights, car shows, sending her up to go get the trophies when we won.
Yeah, for a show where you're judged and all that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did Super Chevy. The car won twice at Super Chevy. Won one award at Good Guys.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a blast.
All right. Hey, at this point, I'm going to grab a hand. I'm so glad I finally got up and talked
Thank
to
you.
you.
It was a pleasure.
I got a family and a name and to go with the car and a rich history like that.
Oh yeah,
too,
it's a blast. Like I said, the car's been fun. Yeah, it tends to be a female at times when it doesn't want to cooperate, but lately it's been a dream. This thing's been a blast to drive.
Dude, and last comment, I loved your approach to the car and where you took it to this day.
Thank you.
That's doing it right.
Oh yeah, that's the way I grew up around muscle, gearheads and all that. I got a friend of mine that's always been attention to detail, and he told me, he goes, they're gonna look at it.
Yeah.
And make sure everything's right. And and it's comical. People will come up and ask me, who sprayed your ends underneath the hood for you? I said, I did. It's all rattle can. No, wait, it can't be rattle cans. Yeah. Take your time right, and you can spray anything with rattle
if you know how to distance the nozzle from your subject matter,
Yep. Well, I plan on, like I said, I'm going to yank the motor out, hopefully over the winter. I want to possibly maybe go back to see if I can get a 10-to-1 piston in it.
Okay.
And this way I can put the stock heads back on it and make it more attainable and effortless to drive. I want to start putting 87 back in it instead of 93 because right now I got no choice because the compression is still borderline.
Yeah.
But no, when I do that, I'm going to wind up spraying everything again. I'll probably spray it the same color I painted the underside of the hood with.
Okay.
But no, it's been fun. It's been a trip. My wife doesn't care. She knows I'm in the garage.
God bless you for that one.
Yeah, she's a gearhead like I am.
Oh, God, that's great.
Her very first car that she got, her dad got her when she started driving was a 1965 four-door Nova. That was a beater.
Okay.
And that's how I met her. I used to have to help her get it started in the wintertime. The one-barrel carburetor, the choke would always hang up. I always have to stick the screwdriver in there and get it to start for her, and that's how I met her. And
well, that's a great story.
Yeah.
And speaking of that too, I always remember my friends and stuff back in the day when Chevrolet all of a sudden they started making a four-door Nova. We thought, but you're ruining the car. What are you doing?
Yeah. Well, they tried to get the families involved.
Exactly, and that's who's buying.
And this actually, when this came out, when you read all the articles in '62, '3, and '4, when this came out, it was a female's car. They never intended on making a super sport, and when they did, it was always a six-cylinder.
Yes.
It was always a straight six and 3 on the tree.
I remember seeing one this model year that was, matter of fact, a distant cousin had it. It was midnight blue.
Yep.
It was six. It had the little six-cylinder.
A little badge on there.
A little badge on the bottom, and I thought, why did you do that? It had a floor console and bucket seats, and I'm going, what?
Yeah.
I don't get it,
Yeah,
but,
no, this, like I said, I got all the documentation, which is unbelievable. I mean, to have that and see that it was actually it was number 3 of 4 painted glacier gray.
Really?
So it's like, I mean, I figured maybe somebody changed the body tag, but if you look under the rubber, like where the windows, whoever painted the car never pulled the rubber up, you could see the original color, and it's like, wow. And my wife wants it back to this color.
Folks, this was an education. I know this interview ran long, but I wouldn't substitute 1 second of it. This was great, and I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, stay with us. We got more coming. It's a pleasure. We're going to use this in its entirety, right?
That house? Yeah. I'm still there. On the other side? Yeah. That'll learn me. Quit spraying WD-40 in there.
The best sound in the world. I'm sorry, but a Tesla does not sound like this. We got some passenger cars here too. We got some passenger cars here too. He's blowing a little nitrous. Back up.
What a wild time here. I'm getting flashbacks to the good old days pre-pandemic. We saw old friend over there, Craig Miller. I can't wait to see what unfolds as we're hanging with Clem at the office for drag night.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Let's get a
Grab
beer.
Yes.
We gotta get a beer. Is it okay? We're gonna get a beer.
So
How about a sandwich?
Stay
too, man?
tuned. Sounds like a plan.
You got it.
Hello there. I don't often not drink, and when I do, I prefer to grab one from the back because it reminds me of me. Often forgotten, but there when you need it the most.
You see him talking.
I was looking for you guys. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. There's people that don't think I drink. You asked Dave Rashabe.
He used to be an altar boy. I don't know if you know that or
Scott
not.
was drinking last night. I've never seen him drink before.
There you go.
Okay. These two guys here, you guys should interview.
Okay.
With the blue Camaro and the Mustang.
Okay.
I would concentrate on the blue Camaro. His name is Larry. Okay. He's been racing with his dad and himself all his life so far.
Okay.
He's a young guy. And that's his little boy. And his
I see.
Larry?
Oh, thank you.
Larry shaking hands.
So these are, this is Clem and Dave.
Larry, we just commandeered you, buddy. You saw that Camaro? It was all over, man.
Yeah,
saw the family too there?
Yeah.
So I want them to interview you, so do whatever you got to do.
All right, right now?
Okay, yeah, let's do it
Get
now.
it right down so you're done.
You can leave that there.
No, that's okay, because this
Yeah,
this
it's a
goes
family
this,
thing.
this is
That's
a family thing, right? Right. So, and this
Yeah,
handsome
that's
young
my little
this
man.
handsome young man is.
Grayson.
He wants that.
Grayson, say your name.
Say hello.
What's your name?
Daddy.
No, what's your name? Say it for the camera.
Daddy.
Yeah, he's about to be 3 tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah,
Happy birthday.
I built this thing for him.
Okay.
3 years ago, actually, or 2.5 years ago, I got it. I said, this is what we're going to be doing.
Okay.
So, car seats in the back. So
No, that's all good.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that okay with Mom? This car is going to be for him?
Yeah.
Oh, or
Yeah, expecting.
her? Okay. Oh, a daughter.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I a daughter.
Okay.
Son and a daughter. Good luck, buddy.
All
That's
right,
all I got.
yeah. So,
Anyhow, take me through this awesome Camaro. How long have you had it?
going on 3 years. It was maroon. I stripped it down. It was a stock. It was smashed in the front.
Really?
Yeah, I painted this in a 2-car garage by myself.
You're kidding me? Look,
A 2-car garage.
Finish, man.
Yeah, 2-car garage. The underneath is just as clean as the top.
Dude, my hat's off to you. That is a tough color, dark color to paint.
Yeah,
and
really
it is
tough.
smooth as glass.
Yeah, the underneath is just as clean. It's engine bay, it's a turbo.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a 5.3 turbo. Nothing crazy, just something with a can.
Yeah.
Just to enjoy. Give it 19 miles per gallon.
Yeah, if you keep your foot out of it,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
and then, if you want to get serious, you get serious,
Yeah, should make about 800.
Wow.
Driving anywhere.
Unbelievable.
It's got all the goodies underneath it though, suspension-wise, range, 9-inch.
Okay.
Turbo 400, stock interior. What else we got? I mean, that's pretty much about it.
No, I just.
It's a little bit easier to drive up this way, right? Yeah.
Quick thing. Is this a 97?
It's an 01. It's 01, 90.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 90.
I just have a problem.
But yeah, with the front end, you can tell by the headlights.
Okay, that's what there's a group of years that they're so close.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. 93 to 97, I had one. I converted the front end over. That was a naturally aspirated car.
Yeah.
I've never done a turbo car in my life. I'm a nitrous guy.
Yeah.
And you did an interview with me at Duke's with my gray 3rd gen Camaro. It's a nitrous car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3rd one with stripes. Me and my uncle painted that. He taught me everything. He passed now. God rest his soul. Chris Barzillo, UFO.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I said, you know what? Let me tackle this one on my own. Keep it kind of a budget, and went from there. Scott detailed it and put his ceramic coating on there.
Okay.
So that's why it's
there.
wet. So if you look at it, it looks wet.
That's his look.
Yeah.
He wants it a wet look.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Still, the way you painted it in a confined space without a booth.
Oh no, I didn't have a booth. I had one fan, a homemade fan out the door. He came by and he helped me wet sand. And then he did his magic on the car, you know what I mean? He gave it his final depth.
Yeah, and I got to say, a few minutes into this interview, I'm listening to your voice and I'm thinking, I know you from somewhere.
Yeah,
I
Dukes.
talked to so many people
Yeah,
and I'm
Dukes.
thinking, thank God you said the Dukes, because I thought I was losing my mind.
Yeah, no, it's Dukes. That's my full-out race car. That's when you got trailer everywhere and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this one, we drove the Dukes last time and 30 miles one way, 30 miles back, and had a blast.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, the street car life, I'm actually enjoying it.
Okay.
Taking a race car is taking a break with $6 a gallon for a truck to fill up. You know, I can't afford it right now.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Listen, I'm going to thank you so
Yeah,
much for coming up, and I got to see you again. Another set of wheels, and you still got the other one as well.
Yeah, the other one just sleeping right now. Soon, next interview you'll do with him.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Or her.
Yeah,
you know.
or her, both of them next
or
time.
both of them together.
Yeah.
You know.
All right,
thanks. Take care.
All right.
Stay with us. We got more coming. Okay, right next to this beautiful Camaro, I thought, well, there's a badass Mustang here. We can't walk away. And then I thought Ford versus Chevy. Then I looked underneath the hood. Then I found the owner. And your name?
Nick Janatius, yep.
Hey, tell me.
It's
what was your brainstorm here, man?
You got to put a Chevy motor in a Ford to make it go fast.
You know, some Ford guys would be screaming right now over here if they hear him say that.
But yeah, it's a LS 6.0. We actually were building these cars. It's my cousin's car. We were
I was
building
just gonna say, you guys were talking.
Yeah, we were building them at the same time, finished them at the same time.
Okay.
It's a 6.0 LS with an 88 millimeter precision turbo. Makes about 1,100 horsepower on the 85. Turbo 400 trans, 28-inch tire. Street car, drive it anywhere. But yeah, it'll rip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of rear end do you have?
It's a 8.8 still.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
8.8 spool.
I just, you know, again, both you guys with the, I'm gonna call it the small tires.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's a street kick-ass setup, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, how long have you had it now?
I've had the car for about 2 years, and like I said, I've bought it as a roller, and I did everything to it.
Okay.
Except for like the fab work and stuff like that, but I did all the install and everything, and yeah, it took me about 2 years to build.
Now I'm looking at that really awesome cage in there. Is it tie into a frame any special way? You had some chips under the frame?
It ties in all the subframe connectors through the floor, and
okay.
It's a 10-point cage 850 cert.
Okay, good. You're nice and tight.
Yeah. So
also, whatever torque this, you know, the body is tight.
Yeah.
For the torque of the engine.
Absolutely. You know? Yeah. Everything's built to handle about, like I said, about 1,200 horsepower. So.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, I can't believe those kind of numbers either. Really. On a test and tune, you ever put down any numbers?
We just finished the car, so this is probably like our 4th time out with the car, just to a cruise night. Still doing a little tuning and stuff like that. So hopefully have it out at the track by fall.
Okay. I was gonna say, whenever you bring this out, either one, man, it's got to be a tension getter.
It should go about low 8s in the quarter mile.
Yeah, I'm feeling it too. Yeah. You know. By the way, I got you. Let's walk to the back end real fast. I just want to see what you had for a spoiler and stuff. Yeah. Okay. I gotta admit, I heard you going down Route 83 earlier, and you turned a few heads, brother.
Yeah. That was the first time I actually put the pedal to the ground, and it got away from me a little bit, but.
Well, you know, they don't. It takes a driver to keep them going straight.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. We kept it straight. Got the 17-inch racecraft wing on it, parachute, all race brakes, everything. So everything's.
Okay, you're ready to.
Built to handle what I'm about to do to it. So.
Okay. You know what I like? I like the roof line better than the notch back here.
Okay.
There's some. maybe there's some aerodynamic advantages too. I don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people like the notchbacks better, but I mean, I like the hatchbacks. I've always had hatchbacks. I had one notch, but had more hatchbacks than notches. But yeah, they look good.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm gonna grab a hand, brother.
No
Thank you for taking the time to speak with us, and good luck. Have fun every time you show this.
Thank
baby.
you, sir.
All right.
No, I'm taking this out.
Oh yeah.
Just a few.
That was, I think, probably before you guys had children, maybe. I don't even know.
If I was out there were no children because after a while they didn't like it. They wanted not to.
Well, hold on, I'm coming. No, we weren't even.
Yeah, that's.
Is that the card?
Yeah, 69. Then Harry Willard painted it. There he is, right there.
Yeah. Okay. I got another connection too. Art and Jeannie Johnson.
Oh, Art passed.
I didn't know.
2 years. That's our older sister. That's our older sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
They were in photographer for a while, and they were in a camera club that I'm still a member of to this day. I'm still a member of Blue Island Camera Club.
I love it.
And they were both very talented photographers.
My children, because mine were
Oh, I bet.
they were the first. Mine were the first ones, and I got lots of pictures of them.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
I think the last time I saw him was at Route 66. I think you were there that day, and you pointed him out. I didn't get to talk to him that day. He was working or something.
Yep, he works
But I am really sorry to hear that. My condolences on that. Okay, in the meanwhile...
Hold on.
It's on video.
It's on video. Okay. We bothered all of your family to get you over here.
Okay.
He's a social butterfly, this guy.
No.
Give me your name.
John.
Johnny. Okay. This is like an awesome, this is 68, right?
Yes.
Okay. One of the most awesome 68s that Chevelles have ever seen. Malibu, I should say, maybe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you had it?
1979.
No kidding.
November, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What has changed from 79 to 2022?
That's only about the fourth motor, serious.
Only the fourth?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean...
Okay. Always a big block?
Yeah, and we've always, it's definitely, it'll run about an 870 now in the quarter mile. We just put a new rear end last year in it, a 9-inch, Ford 9-inch.
Okay.
With a wishbone.
How's that working for you?
Great. It had a Dana 60 in it since the day I bought the car.
I'm surprised.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be bulletproof.
It is, but it was heavier, and it had the suspension was older, so it was time to update some of that.
Okay.
So we put a wishbone in with it. Still ladder bar car. Won the wheelie contest with this car in 1986 at Byron.
No kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I saw the bars in the back, and I'm thinking.
Oh, it didn't have bars in '86.
Yeah, I was gonna.
It didn't have a trans brake either.
Okay.
It had a turbo 400 with a two Chuck Newton 660 carburetors, and we just brake torque it and flat foot it, and this car would go on the rear bumper.
No
And go.
kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That must have been a crowd spectacle.
No, it was cool. And it was the second wheelie contest at Byron ever.
Really?
Yeah, I got $100 for winning, and I ruined a $400 oil pan when the car came down.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Did
And-
you have an extended oil pan for more capacity?
Yeah.
Oh,
And
so that
then
hangs down a little lower too.
Well, and then they started paying 10 grand to the winner for the so
Yeah.
now you guys have rear mounted, engines and stuff in cars, and guys and just trashing their cars. If they could flip it over, they would.
I was gonna say, drag races, especially in the U.S. 30 days, I'm gonna say in the 70s, were
That's
notoriously underpaid.
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
what
Well,
you
that's
were
where
doing.
we
You're
started.
bringing the crowd there. You're putting all your equipment on the line, and for what, 100? What was Run Tough Eliminator? 100?
No, it was only $1 to race. It was $5 to get in and $1 to race.
Okay.
When I first started going there.
Okay, I don't remember that
And
one.
that was, and you had to have lettering on your car.
Yes, that was.
You
if you're
had to have
running
lettering on your car.
that bracket.
Yeah, if you were running Run Tough, yeah.
Didn't they have a thing one time you had to run certain sponsor stickers down the side too, or something?
Yeah, you had to have 4-inch tall ladders. I remember
Okay,
that. Yeah.
okay.
And that was going back to 78 was the first time we had a 64 Chevelle then. In 78.
Okay.
And we raced that car for a year. Made a lot of friends.
I bet. Well, yeah.
And a lot of the friends are still around. We
good.
still hang out
God
with them.
bless them. That's good. Where do you campaign the car now?
41.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking earlier with somebody else. It's like there's hardly any US
Yeah.
Route 66. Nobody
Yeah.
knows what's going on
there's
there.
no one, you know.
Don't incriminate yourself.
Yeah, no.
On
We were
TV,
running
no.
Joliet, for years.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, since '99, I think they opened. And
Yeah, exactly.
actually, in '99, the first year, we were in first in points until the last race of the season.
No kidding.
And then got beat first round, and then the guy that was in second won a few rounds. He ended up taking first place.
People always say that's racing, but
Yeah,
boy, that's a
yeah.
horrible heartbreak.
Yeah, but you know what? To have the car and still have the car.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah,
After
yeah.
a lot of history here.
Yeah, absolutely, you do. That's why I asked you right in the onset, how long have you had it and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the story a racing family, the love for the car, and then you bring it, you update it, you bring it to
When
where
we
you want
started, Kevin and those guys, those are the guys who helped us out the most.
Okay.
They were doing it already for, quite a few years.
Yeah.
So they turned us on to their friends and, legitimate people, good parts.
Yeah.
Because you learn so many things the hard way.
Yeah.
And you buy the same part, because you buy the wrong part, and then you got to redo it.
Yeah,
And to have some guys that were already pretty well seasoned helped a lot.
Yeah.
Helped a lot. And then,
All right. So at this point, I'm going to thank you so much for stepping up. I'm sorry we get a look we have like 20 people looking for this guy, But anyhow, I'm so glad you stepped up. Great story about the car.
Yeah.
Look forward to seeing it out there.
Yeah.
And by the way, one last thing, because I'm crazy about this. Who did the paint on this thing?
A friend of mine, Pat Messina, and we painted it in my garage.
No kidding.
It's at least 20 years ago, at least. Yeah.
Dude, that is rich.
It still looks good, doesn't it?
It still looks damn good. That's a white pearl, right?
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
unbelievable.
It's actually
survival on that.
a Lexus white pearl. Yeah.
kidding.
And it's a Ford red and it's a Chevy Geo, or these blue. I kid you not. He worked at a body shop and he kind of got whatever.
No, but, dude, it works. Look at it. It looks great.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Anyhow, thanks again, dude. I'm gonna
Okay,
grab a
thank
hand.
you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you, brother. Just a couple of things I got. It is so cool. I love the louvers in the hood, the sitting level on it. Now, do you have air?
Airbags.
Okay, so you can bring it
back
up.
only though.
Okay, I can't place those hubcaps. Where are they from, man?
68 Corvette.
Really?
Yep.
Man, it threw me. I couldn't. Okay. I like what you did with the exhaust running on the side like that with the chrome.
Like the belt
it adds
bars?
the bullet tail lights. I
Thank
mean,
you,
it's
thank
like, now what you doing in the interior? What's going on in there, man? And the store panels. What are you gonna,
I'm thinking about a black tuck and roll.
really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Keep
old
it dark
school.
and
Nice. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, it's funny. I'm looking at this. When I was a little kid, my uncle had a Catalina, same roof line, except it was a cream color top and gold body.
Beautiful.
And he used to always tell me when I was a little kid, and I believed him. Oh, I'm gonna give you this car when you know. And I'm thinking, oh boy, when I'm 16, he's gonna have the car. He sold it then. I
Oh,
thought,
man.
I had visions.
Heartbreak.
I had visions of,
Yep.
it was nice because this 1960 Pontiac was a departure from, like, instead of having the Pontiac nose in the front, that was the 1 year. 59 had the nose, then they didn't this year. Then the rest of the way through the 70s they did,
Yep.
So this is collectible, super
Yeah, it's
collectible.
definitely one-off body style, so it's
Yes, I agree with
cool
you.
like that.
How did you? How did you acquire this? How did you?
My buddy owned it before, and I had a 23 Ford T-Bucket, and I traded it because he was single, and I had 4 kids. So
Okay,
he's like,
you put the kids in there easy, man. You got six people plus in there.
yep.
All
So
right.
did an even swap, so
Oh, okay, then you're okay there. It didn't
Oh, yeah.
Okay with the budget and everything.
Yep.
And the last thing, I remember the stainless that was on here, and you got it all gone already. It looks so nice and clean. Was that like that, or did you do that, or?
well, I'm putting it back on. I just had the car painted, and
Okay.
I just got back from the painter in April.
Okay.
So,
All right. In a
go
way, I'm glad to hear that. Only because the way I'm looking at the stainless around the windows, which
Yep.
was an option back in those days too.
Oh,
Yeah, that was not. there was a major upcharge on the vehicle sticker, from what I hear, to get the stainless around the windows, especially if it was a four-door sedan. And the more I'm looking at it, I agree now, especially with black, you got to have that stainless.
Yep.
Bringing it back, man. So, anyhow, I didn't catch your name. Your first name.
Jeremy.
Jeremy, thank you. So I'm Jim. Thanks for. Sorry, I just came up from having a beer and a sandwich, and you're being right between the eyes. Your car caught me. Now, was this a Star Chief? Or?
Yes, sir. It is.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that's just as long as a Bonneville to me.
Oh yeah.
You know, every bit of it.
All
man.
of 19 foot almost. So.
God, look at that trunk. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Anyhow, Jeremy, thanks, man. I'm gonna grab a hand. All right, thanks for staying with me. All right. Thanks.
Yeah, well, getting run over by a Cadillac is probably not a good thing.
That's not the way I wanted to go.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, maybe a Buick.
Okay, we're running through here right now. It is jumping right here at Friday night drag night right here at the office. Hey, ran into a 56 here. Looks like a gasser. Looks like a street car. Looks like a badass original. I got to find out more about it. And your name, sir?
Victor Brown.
Victor, take me through this, baby. I'm loving this. I'm just loving this car. How long have you had it?
About 3.5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to start. I love the fender well headers on with that small block Chevy like that. Coming down, it's just very old school looking. How long have you got it take you to get it to this point here?
Like I said, as soon as I got it, I didn't know what I was exactly going to do with it. Is I going to restore it? Is I going to keep it? So I wanted to get a game plan together, and I pretty much decided to keep it because it's got a lot of character, as you can see.
Oh, absolutely. The patina is beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was in a fire.
That's what I'm hearing off camera. How did that happen?
I don't know. All I know is in a fire. You can see the paint's like bubbling on the tops of the fenders.
And
but the hood was open during the fire. It busted out the windshield. It burned all the paint off the hood and started moving to the roof. And either they pushed the car out or they put the fire out. One of the two. But the car didn't get hurt. But other than what you see.
Okay, looks like that original interior survived the fire, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Which you don't see that often, you know. Did this car come from this part of the country, Midwest, or?
My friend Dave Buchanan actually shared this car was for sale on Facebook. I guess it's been for sale quite a few times.
Okay.
And I got out of the west side of the city of Chicago.
Okay, good enough. And as I'm kind of looking through it underneath, I like the aluminum radiator. It has all the characteristics of the old brass radiator that was originally on there.
Yes.
How did you find that? That is.
Some of the pieces came with the car that I had bought it, the guy I bought it from, and then other just going to swap meets and just acquiring stuff that I, am gonna need.
I understand off camera there was a little history with you and the old Duke's Drive-In and and Scott McCauley, for instance, and you got any recollection of that?
Oh yeah, well back in the 90s when I was a teenager, going up there as a kid and my 64 Chevelle and doing the Dukes thing, and then as we all got older and grayer, I started bringing I got 3 little girls, and
how nice.
Bringing my daughters up there, and they just fell in love with Dukes.
Really?
Obviously they love the cars, and they love the food, and
they love being with Dad.
Yeah, Mom and Dad, and they just love going up there. Every weekend they'd always ask, and that's what we would go and do all the time until they, obviously closed down.
Yeah. Times have changed, but glad to see that this car is out. Now, do you make a lot of shows with it, or?
This is the first time I've had it out anywhere.
Really?
It's the first time out of the garage, basically.
Okay.
Other than going around the block twice with it, and then.
Let's walk to the rear for a minute. I was wondering, does this still have the original gas tank and stuff in it, or do you?
I had to replace the gas tank. It was all full of rust.
That's why I asked. It's hard to survive in a Bel Air like this, but.
Yeah.
Again, getting back to the gloss on this original paint. Look at this fender going back to that taillight. It just,
Yeah.
it is so nice, man.
Well, Scott worked his magic. Scott McCauley did it. He came and looked at the car, and he says, "Yeah, I think I could do something with it." I didn't even really wash it. I should have. Scott's gonna yell at me, but yeah, it was a totally different car. That the shine is still there.
And last thing is, everybody talks about, you know, the Tri 50 Chevrolets, 55, 56, 57. You see a lot of 55s, you see a lot of 57s, but there's not enough 56s out there. And my hat's off to you that you're campaigning one and showing it around.
Yeah, thank you. I am guilty of owning a 55 though. It's actually my
Really?
wife's car.
Okay, well, hey, I'll take that guilt. I'll
Yeah,
take
right?
it.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
take
not
it.
a bad problem to have, right?
Yeah. Anyhow, listen, thanks for stepping up. I know, you know, you just got here and people want to talk to you and stuff like that, but great car. Let me grab a hand. Enjoy every time you bring it out. And I'm sure your girls still enjoy it to this day and your wife as
Yes,
well. So.
yes, they sure do. They sure do.
All right, take care. Thanks to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, that's 57. A lot of people are going this one. And the one next to it is 55. Most of them are like Lucy's tires, but
I hope you don't mind we videotaped you backing in, but this Camaro sounds so badass. We had to get it on tape.
Not a problem at all.
Is that really the 396 in there? Or you got sounds a little healthier than.
Well,
it's like a 454 or something.
It's about 500 cubic inches.
Okay, so you're.
I detuned it. It was a little more powerful, about 680 plus horse, down about 640 now, but I can run pump gas now instead of race gas.
Okay.
I figured, you know, I detune the motor, lower compression, so I can run some cheap premium. And then what happens? Premium's as much as race gas.
Yeah, I was just gonna say 93 octane is what, $7-8 a gallon or something.
Yeah, so
now?
this cost me probably about, I don't know, where am I here? I went from almost full to between half and 3/4, getting about 3 miles a gallon.
Wow.
That was driving easy. Didn't even get on it once. So.
Yeah, you came in conservative, but
that was probably about.
It sounded so good.
That's probably $25 from Lamont to get here.
Wow. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, crowd check. Let you get out of the car. We're doing I'm gonna get your name real fast too. Watch out behind you here. So how long have you? First of all, your first name?
Gary.
Gary, how long have you had it?
I bought this car in 1980. I'm the second owner.
Okay.
This car was
always from the Midwest area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this car was from LaGrange. A gentleman by the name of Tim Doherty. He was about 21 years old. And he died of cancer. And the car sat in his parents' garage. And in 1980, my friend Jim Tellick told me about this cool car he saw in his new girlfriend's neighbor's garage. So, being an 18-year-old kid, I said, hey, let's go see the car.
Yeah.
So after school, we drove over and we knocked on the people's door and said, we see the cool car in the garage. And they let us in the garage, and I fell in love with it. They said, would you sell it? They said, no, it was our son's.
Yeah.
He died of cancer. And
there's
so
a lot of sentimental value there too.
Yeah. So I asked them if it ran, and they said, we don't know. I said, can I try and start it? So for 2 weeks, every day after school, I went over there. I finally got it running. I knocked on their door and said, would you sell it? They said, maybe it's time. So Tim...
You know what? Maybe this was meant to be, the way you approached it and what your effort.
Well, the car is pretty much as it is. People who knew me in college or high school see the car now, and they're like, it hasn't changed. It's time worn. This dent right here, Tim's father told me his son was so upset when the ladder fell, hit the fender. Wow. I mean, I can't make that story up.
No.
So...
No, that's...
I'm just kind of keep the car for Tim.
That's really a sensational story. Was you said LaGrange area? Was that like LT High School?
I went to Richards. I grew up in Oak Lawn.
Oh, okay. I wasn't too far from that area myself. So okay.
But like I said, people who knew me back then and see the car today, they're like, "Oh my God, it's a time warp. It hasn't changed."
Yeah.
The only thing different is Tim had slots on it, and he had header side pipes. I took the side pipes off, changed the wheels and tires, and he had. This was an original automatic car. He put a 4-speed in it.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to drive 4-speed.
Okay, so
my friend Gary Cagney had to drive this car home for me.
Okay.
So I learned how to drive 4-speed in 1980.
Okay.
Better
late than never, right?
And after blowing up 4 speeds and 2 rear ends, even at
you was a bad shifter there, boy. You was going down a quarter mile.
Well, I had to do it US 30 a couple times.
Okay. Yeah, been there myself.
So after college, a friend of mine had a race trans, reverse valve body manual shift turbo 400.
Okay.
And he took it out of his car. He still had it. So probably in '85, I called him up. Said, "You have the trans?" I said, "Yeah." So that's what's in here now.
Okay.
So
quick thing on the drivetrain, is this got a Chevy 12 bolt or a 10 bolt?
This is a 12 bolt.
Good, because I mean you're throwing a lot of forces back there.
It's got strange axles.
That's serious. Okay.
Up until about 3 months ago, it had a spool in the back.
Okay.
It had a 46 gears with the spool, C-clip eliminator, and I'm trying, like I said, detune it, make it more streetable. So I went back to the factory 373.
373, okay.
373, which was factory. I put in actually a Torsen posi, so it's back to a posi, custom strange axles with the C-clip eliminator kit, had a trans rebuilt, and the motor itself has maybe about 50 miles on it right now.
Okay.
So it's 640 horse.
Wow.
And it makes about 600 foot-pounds of torque at 3,800 RPM.
This is blowing me away. I'm surprised, well maybe I'm not, but the 373 and the detuning it and the way you conservatively drive it, I thought you'd get maybe at least 7 to 8 miles a gallon maybe.
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
I just jetted it down this evening.
Oh, I never thought of rejetting.
Yes, I just it was tuned on a dyno for horsepower, so I just detuned it for the street to see if I can get more drivability out of it. And I do have a gear vendor overdrive for it sitting in the garage.
Okay, that's good for like 40 miles an hour and above. Probably would help you out there. I'm guessing that.
So I'm going to put in. This car hasn't been on the road in 3 years.
Okay.
It was a very radical, like I said, 688 horse, a solid roller cam, high lift, high spring pressure, and had a lifter fail. The last time I drove it was night Dukes closed.
Okay.
So the car sat.
I'm smiling at my boss here because we were there. We were there that night. We were also there the week before. It was a big night, also.
Yeah. But that last weekend was the last time. Actually, the car started making a little ticking noise that night.
Okay.
And the following weekend, I drove it to work on a Saturday. On the way home, it left me stranded on Lamont Road. First time since 1980, I had to have the car towed.
Wow.
This car is broken down many times.
Yeah.
Other than at US 30 or at the drag strip. On the street, it's never left me stranded before. I've been able to get home. 3 years ago or so was when the car finally had it towed home, and it took a while with everything COVID and everything, the motor rebuilt, but it's about 490.
We're going to take a quick look at the motor here or the engine, I should say. Oh, gorgeous shape. I love. Now, did you redo the black in the engine compartment?
Well, yeah. When I was a kid, I had this repainted. Now I kind of regret doing that. But just things when you're young, you don't know. I didn't want the column, the center column, so I threw it out.
Oh.
I threw the horns out.
Yeah.
So I've had to buy some aftermarket horns. This is the first time this car's had horns in about 30 years.
Okay. No, I cannot. You don't realize it sometimes. The original stuff, you think it's always going to be around, or it's not important to you at the time, and you realize, oh, I think I just shot myself in the foot.
Well, I threw the original carpet out because I put shag in it.
Okay.
And so probably about 8 years ago, I took the shag out and put a replacement carpet.
Okay.
Otherwise, the car's pretty much as it was. That's actually a 427 L88 short block. I have a receipt from 1976 for it.
No kidding.
And since then, I've changed the bore and stroke a few times.
Yeah.
Those are actually Dark Merlin heads. I changed the heads. that is the same block that Tim put in 76, 77 before he passed away.
Nice beefy headers in there. They look they look like 2.5 through 2 3/4. Maybe bigger than that.
No, I think they're 2 1/8. I had like 2 1/4.
Oh,
okay. But I had to put a manual power steering box in for larger headers.
Okay.
So I actually changed the power steering box, and I was able to get 2, and I think those are 2 1/8. Might
Well,
trade 2 1/4.
one last thing too, the disc brake booster and stuff. That's not original. I mean, that's
no,
not.
I
actually
have the original booster in a box in the basement.
Okay.
Because I have a stud girdle, I had to have a higher valve covers,
Okay.
and they hit the vacuum booster.
That's what I thought, because I remember the circumference of that being a lot larger.
Yeah. So they make a smaller booster. So that power steering box actually a blueprinted power steering box.
Okay.
So the car handles a little better than stock.
Okay.
So it's I have the original pump, and I have the original power steering, the original brake unit. But I upgraded it for handling performance a little bit.
Sure.
And then I used to blow belts off. I used to shift this over 71, 7200 RPM. I used to.
Are you kidding? You used to redline it then?
I used to wing the belt. It'd pull that hard. I used to have a Dominator on it.
Oh,
and it would pull pretty good.
Yeah.
But I would wing the belts off, so I went ahead and changed the belt. It's an electric water pump like the fans now. It's great for cooling it down. It runs cool.
Yeah, that's true, because even when you backed in, the electric fans were going for the radiator, which I thought, boy, it's great on a night like this, especially. You know?
Yeah, the pump continued to run, so the pump pulled the antifreeze through the radiator. The fans kept running to pull the car down. So it's around, I think, 170 right now.
Wow, that's that fast, too. Yeah. Anyhow, thanks. I know we caught you backing in, caught our eye, decided to do some video. Grab a hand, dude. Thank you for being cooperative. See, we have a fireworks display going on as well. It's 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, many people haven't seen it in many years.
Okay, what are we looking at? Okay, what are we looking at besides the bathroom tile?
Well, they're bathroom tiles and they're laser engraved.
Really?
So in other
A lot of
words,
dimension
someone
there.
will send me a picture of whatever they want, and I'll put it in my machine. And 4 hours later, it'll come out on a tile like this. It's permanent. You can't scratch it off. You can't destroy it other than dropping it and breaking it.
And this tile could be used in a bathroom or above, between the wall cabinets and the backsplash in the kitchen? Or?
It can be used for that, but mostly people just put it on a little stand and they put it on their desk.
So in other words,
it's a
small
display,
easel?
or right? Yeah, a small easel. Correct.
Okay. No, not that because I've seen some car-orientated bathroom motifs.
Right.
And I thought, well, this is clever. That's very clever. Boy, you're getting really good there.
Right. The detail is just amazing.
I would say so, yeah.
It's just amazing.
Anyhow, how long you been at this?
I've been doing it for about a year.
Okay. The fruits of your labor is very nice.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
And I catch your name, sir?
My name is Mike Costanza.
Okay. Mike, thanks for stepping up and talking with us.
All
we
right.
appreciate it.
Anyone can sit there and look me up and find me.
Okay.
I say if you dream it, we can burn it.
Mike says it right here. Mr. Costanza knows. All right. Thanks for stepping up and talking with us. Okay. Let's let some of these guys pull out here. That's a good idea. I always forget to do that. And
just gawking at all the sights over here. I mean, there's pretty women, there's beautiful cars. You have Clem. You're hanging with him. Scott, Jimmy, how was this night? Drag Night 2020.
Scott, we'll let you go first, buddy.
I don't know what to say. I need to say thank you to the Rat Racers, Pat Garrett, and everybody else for
absolutely.
This is their cruise night, and it was an idea. And John Patermas, I think I'm saying his name's right, sat there and said with Dicky Messina one night, hey, why don't you do a cruise drag night here? And I'm like, okay. And this is what happened for 2 weeks. Notice.
Scott, I got to tell you this, because we had possible inclement weather in the beginning. It cleared up. We just saw a beautiful sundown. the cars just keep on coming, buddy. How do you do this?
I don't know, but they're close. They're usually done by 9 o'clock, and people are leaving.
Yes.
Nobody's left yet.
Nobody's left yet. We have people moving around, getting a better spot, but nobody's leaving.
That's right. And if you think about back the other place that I had, 8115, I say,
yes.
South Town.
That sounds good.
We could stay all night if we wanted to, as long as we were quiet.
Yes.
We could still stay here, and there's no burnouts in the parking lot, but Route 83 is basically Harlem Avenue. So whatever they want to do when they leave, that's it.
East or west, baby.
Hey, Larry with that yellow Cuda over there, he wants to do a burnout and back up and definitely lift the wheels up. So
that's a wheel
if you
standard.
stick around, you might see something.
We'll see. Anyhow, your thoughts, boss?
Say, my arms are getting workout. I haven't been at Oak Fest in years, so now we're doing alternative stuff here.
Well, there you go.
My heart is beating right now, pounding, because the world is in Scott's hands over here. No one else I'd rather be with Jimmy. I love doing AC Variety with you.
Thank you, brother.
And I can't wait to see what the future holds for all three of us and other guests too. I mean, we saw a person that actually recognized us from Nikki V's cruise night back in the day.
Yeah.
One of the greatest ever on the South Side.
Right.
Okay, so
here's
this is
your
not
camera
the ending.
back.
This is the beginning.
This
And thanks for tuning in. Scott, thanks for a great evening, man.
Thank you for coming. Thanks for showing this, and you know who to ask questions to and everything. Hey, man, I can't ask for anything more, man. I really appreciate it.
And let's end with a Clumpspirational quote.
Oh, here we
I know
go.
it seems like a lot of doors closed, but remember, there's always another one opening, and I'll be on the other side. Until next time, you're hanging with Clem at the office. Drag night, cruise night.